Welcome back to part 2 of the Sonic Adventure DX commentary, and
Hello, we have returned.
And we returned with Windy Valley, which, to this day, I still think Windy Valley, and we're not going to get to the level yet, but Twinkle Park is actually one of my most favorite stages in Sonic's story.
I agree. Twinkle Park is probably one of the best stages ever. We'll get to it later, but
it's such a shame that that level wasn't in Sonic Generations. I would love to see that.
Someone will recreate it eventually. I can guarantee you. Give it enough time. But yeah, Windy Valley, in my opinion, was definitely a great introducer to this game, especially because it brought up, jumping into tornadoes, which is just always been a growing thing in the Sonic games. In Crisis City, for example, Sonic 06 is probably going to get brought up a lot.
Probably.
Because while it was a bad game in general, I mean, we can't deny, like, the heart behind it was definitely good.
I definitely love the levels from Sonic 06.
Crisis. I would like to see someone bring back a full resurrection of Crisis City.
Oh yes.
In Generations.
Oh yes.
That would be fantastic.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But anyway, this level was great just because it was a giant speedway at this point.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like, as in your footage now. It's that giant coasting and spin dash all the way down there.
Oh man. The music that's playing right now is actually the same song from Green Grove Zone of Sonic 3D Blast, which is what I really do love the soundtrack from Sonic 3D Blast.
3D Blast was pretty good. I thought it was a good adventure. It was nowhere near as terrible as Spinball.
Oh yeah. That's 100% agreeable right there. But
we also start getting our running down walls bit.
Oh yes, that won't be the last time we'll be seeing it, folks.
No, we'll see it again in Radical Highway. Only one of the best levels ever.
I think you mean Speed Highway, but that's okay.
Speed Highway, whatever. Radical Highway was amazing as well. Nobody can deny that.
Yeah.
It made a comeback in Generations, so my point is valid.
At least on the 3DS port, anyway.
Well, I consider both of them Generations, so yeah. I'm still pissed that they didn't. I don't know why they just didn't make the 3DS games, the PC games too, or the console games, and just put them up at the DLC.
Capcom went on the right direction because originally Resident Evil Revelations was just a 3DS title. They have fully redone the game and re-released it on the PS3, the Xbox 360, as well as the PC. So I think.
Do you know how long it took me to find the light shoes? Do you know how long?
How long?
Ever. It took me, I think I restarted because I could not find them. I just didn't understand it. I'm sorry, when I was 10 and I got this, I think I was 10. I was around 10 or 11 or 12. But when this era started, I just had no flippin' idea what to do. Especially in a Sonic universe, I just didn't understand.
No. I can definitely side with you right there. It definitely took me a while to find the spin dash, the light shoes.
Yeah, I wasn't game retarded.
Right.
In a Zelda universe, I knew exactly what to look for and to dig around at every nook and cranny and what were the usual tells. But in Sonic games, I just wasn't as used to it.
And we'll be getting Sonic's second item in this game, the Crystal Ring, which makes light speed dash more tolerable.
Oh yeah, that long charge time is awful.
But thanks to the Crystal Ring, it reduces the time needed to store for the light speed dash. So,
spoiler alert: that red ball. I'm not going to say who it is if you haven't watched or played this game or whatever in the first place. But yeah, that red ball gets really friggin' annoying. You'll want her to shut up so badly later on.
That's why I try to avoid as much Orb of Lights as I can possible in this playthrough. But Casinopolis,
though, this made me so happy. I love this level.
Yeah. Am I the only one that just happens to just... Because every time I play this level, I usually just drop the controller down at this point when I enter a spinball machine to see how much rings I get. And if I end up in a dumpster, well, I end up in a dumpster. So, no big deal.
Actually, easier, I think, to collect rings in the dumpster.
Yeah. I mean, that's the point I'm trying to, get to, because, as much as I really do love the pinball formula in this game in particular, it gets boring really fast, and I just want to keep moving. So
I'm sorry, I can't agree with you there. I mean, I did pull 400,000 points in the casino pinball on Generations.
Well, if you were not a moron like me and had to get the achievement of Balls of Steel for Duke Nukem Forever, that was a bitch to get.
Yeah, I haven't really played that, so
don't. I mean, if anything, you could try it for the doctor who's cloned me, but the main story alone just does not cut it for Duke Nukem.
I think watching this, I'm starting to get or I guess it's a reminder or whatnot. I don't really know what to call it, but I kind of start to feel that, with all its flaws, especially for some of the movement bits, Adventure 1 definitely had some... How should I put it?
And I'm sorry to cut you off here, but this point right here, I do love Tails for collecting the rings for me.
Gotta love him. But I think Adventure definitely had some better, I guess, Speedway type business going on. Adventure 2 kind of seemed to deviate away from having long stretches where you could just run.
Yeah. I mean, to me, Sonic runs, has a bit of a stretch to run, compared to Sonic Adventure 2, in the long run.
Yeah, I mean, Windy Valley, for example, is just a lot of long stretches just running along.
And I enjoy every single minute of it.
Yeah. You get some difficulties right there?
Well, he,
Oh god, climbing ladders, please now.
Well, the main rings that are needed to get this Chaos Emerald is you need 400, so I collect the remaining of them in the shower room.
Like a pro.
Definitely. I didn't bother doing the slot machines, yeah, because they carry rings too, like demonstrated right here. But
yeah.
You need at least 400 rings, and you should be fine.
It's like the Mafia!
And no, you cannot abuse going down the sewer lines to collect rings for your Chow Garden, because it won't, be forward onto your ring system, unfortunately. Your ring collection, so. Oh, man. I mean, I cannot say enough how much I love this game. I mean,
Did you just start to charge a light dash?
Yeah, he did.
In that scene?
Yeah, he did.
Really?
Yeah. Never noticed that before.
Okay, so here, ladies and gentlemen, we start to see a few of the flaws that Sonic Adventure has, which is silly things like charging light dashes in scenes, which just looks outrageous.
Oh man, what happened to that?
Yeah, I mean, I know they're trying to show that Sonic is trying to move out of Dr. Robotnik's way, and it just shows that, it wants to remind you that you have the light speed dash for some odd reason.
Tails, I know. Oh, and there's obligatory Cream, by the way.
Hi, Cream the Rabbit. We'll see you in many playthroughs, I am sure. I just call it a hunch.
Yeah.
Too bad she wasn't playable in this game, though. I would have found that interesting.
She is just like, she's a DX Easter egg, isn't she? Because I can almost swear Sonic Advance 2 had not come out yet.
No.
Is it 2 or 3 that she came out? I think it was 2, right?
Yeah, Sonic Advance 2 was when Cream made her first debut.
Gotcha. So now we have obligatory ice level coming up.
Yep, and me
I don't
having a
think-
hard time climbing up a goddamn rock.
Yeah.
Man.
I always tried to figure out what the heck they were saying in these little tribal chant things.
Yeah,
The key's floating. Couldn't tell.
Nope. I couldn't tell either. But now we move into the Ice Cap zone, and unfortunately it's not as fun as Sonic the Hedgehog 3's stage of Ice Cap zone.
I don't know about that. I think it's pretty awesome still.
Well, I rape it right here by taking this massive shortcut.
Wow, I never thought of that.
Yep, there's your speed trick idea.
Jeez. Well, you know, I think you've played this a lot more than I have.
Well, like I said, my sister had a copy of this game on a GameCube, and I tried to do a spin, dash trick right there, because you can skip half of this stuff going on, again. But unfortunately, I didn't make it, so I decided to say fuck it and move on. But, I mean, like I said, my sister...
Pro right there.
Yep.
So pro.
I knew my luck would run out eventually. But
Oh, ball of light person, please stop talking.
But like I was saying, my sister got this copy on the GameCube, and we were so hooked onto that game that we could not stop until we actually had all 120 emblems. So doing multiple playthroughs and trying to figure out, what's the fastest route to beat the time trials and stuff. And
time for snowboarding, ladies and gentlemen.
hell yes. I am so glad they brought this back in the Modern Sonic universe. For the first time anyway. I mean, the last time we see this was on Sonic the Hedgehog Triple Trouble and Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd have to say I do love the snowboarding mechanics here, but I'd have to...
They aren't bad, really.
No, they're not. They're not really bad. I really have no complaints except when I fuck up and miss a few jumps here and there. But hey.
Mm-hmm. I think they failed. They were a little worse for wear in Adventure 2. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. But I'd have to say that thanks to Sonic Generations, I've been spoiled with the skiing mechanics or snowboarding
Oh yeah,
mechanics.
no, Generations pulled it off perfectly.
But see, I made a jump. See, I'm not that bad of a player. No, look, see, I made another jump. Look at that.
Camera's going a little crazy there.
I'm surprised Sonic didn't side face plant against the snow there.
Yeah.
That would have been funny to watch. If they were to somehow, if you were to biff your trick or something like that, and he landed, face first into the snow, it'd be funny if they brought in a weird mechanic of him being in a snowbar.
Just like to ask where the hell Tails went.
That's a very good question. Where did
I
Tails
just thought of that because I was like, I could swear he was here.
He was in the first part and the second part. Maybe Tails just decided to say fuck it and let Sonic go on his own business, and is now waiting for him outside the Ice Cap zone.
I suppose. It always the rank system for this game always just confounded me. I didn't see the point in really being like, oh, repeat the stage for a better rank. It's like, well, don't I have to do that anyway?
Duh.
I mean, emblems.
But that's the end of part 2, and we will see you again in part 3.
Part 3.